If I had $1,000,000, I'd be rich. It's a little song that used to be popular back in the day. We're going to talk about $1,000,000. What would happen if you were able to earn $1,000,000? How long would it take you? Today's lesson is a little bit of a lesson that if you were in person would be so awesome, because I could give each group a separate salary that they then would have to use in order to find how long it would take to make that amount of money. Because we're not in person, we're going to pivot. We're going to do things a little bit differently. Instead of just looking at one salary or one wage, we are going to pretend that we are a minimum wage worker. And then we're going to pretend we're what? A doctor. You guys, when you think of people that make a lot of money, you might think of a doctor, right? So that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to look at the average salary of a minimum wage worker in the United States. So that's somebody that works in a fast food restaurant. That's somebody that maybe works at Kroger. Maybe it's the baggers at Kroger. A lot of times are minimum wage. Minimum wage workers are a lot of times, like I said, restaurants, fast food workers, gas stations sometimes have minimum wage. So that means that it's the least amount of money an employer can pay its employees. Okay? So minimum wage. And then we're going to look at somebody that's upper class, that's better, that has a higher wage. So when you think about somebody that makes a lot of money besides sports players, you might think of a doctor, right? So we're going to look at the average salary for a doctor. So we're going to start by looking at minimum wage right here. I went ahead and searched for us. My minimum wage right here in the United States is $7.25. So right here on page 295, we're going to do two different wages. We're going to do $7.25 per hour. We're also going to look at how much an average doctor weighs. So I just makes it an hour. So I just searched. According to the BLS, the average doctor makes $89 an hour roughly. Now, there are things like an anesthesiologist and other places that pay more. If you work with pediatrics, sometimes you pay more. Sometimes you get more especially if you're a plastic surgeon. So $89 is the average. Okay, we talked about average in one of our other lessons. So let's go. Here we go. So average for a doctor is about $89 per hour. That means for every hour they work, they make $89. And this person that works at McDonald's, for every hour they work, they make $7.25. $7. It's a big difference, right? So we are going to find out how long it would take them to work this wage, but we're going to tell our answers in two different ways. How many total hours will it take? And then we're going to need to figure out how many work weeks and work years that is. Now, a work week is, in an average week, most people are expected to work 40 hours. You might have heard that before. 40 hours per week. Anything over 40 hours is usually classified overtime, so you get a little different pay. So we're going to take just basic 40 hours a week. We're going to pretend there's no overtime, no extra money. Okay, 40 hours per week. When we talk about a work year, that means we need to figure out there are 40 hours per week times 52 weeks in a year. What is 52 times 40? All right, here we go. My 0 carries down. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 5 is 20. So there is an average of 2,080 hours per year that you work. This is the basic. Some people work less depending on what kind of schedule you can work. Some people work a lot more. But this is what a full-time employee would work. Okay? Now, keep in mind that some places are paid differently. Some places you make overtime, some places you don't. Some places you can't work as many hours. That's why we're just going to go with the basic 40 hours per week, 2,080 per year. Okay, so I'm going to do my work in two different colors. So we're going to start with the blue. We're going to do $7.25 per hour. That's for 1 hour. How much would somebody making $7.25 make in 40 hours? Now, hold on, time out, freeze. There's two different ways we can do this project. We can start by doing 40 hours and multiplying that away per week. Or we can start by dividing. I'm going to do the first one, the blue one, the minimum wage. I'm going to do by doing the multiplication method. When we go to the doctor's wage, I'll show you how to do that with the division method, okay? So here we go. $7.25 times 40. That's where I'm going to start. Notice it says you need to use a combination for everything. Show your work, so show all work. Awesome. So let's see, so I'll put my 40 here. 0 carries down. 4 times 5 is 20, carry my 2. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10, carry my 1. 4 times 7 is 28, plus 1 is 29. And there are 2 decimal places. So in 1 week, somebody makes for minimum wage, they make $290. 1 week. Okay? Not bad. How much money do they make per year? So let's multiply that times 52. Let's see how much they make per year. 0, 0, 0, 18, 4, 5, X's and O's, 0, 0, 0, 45, carry my 4, 10, plus 4 is 14. Okay. My decimal goes 2 places over. So in 1 year, they make $15,080. That's for 1 year. It's for 1 year. It's crazy. $15,000 for 1 year. So now we need to figure out how many years it's going to take to reach $1 million. Okay, so let's see. I know that 15,000, let's do 1 million. And let's divide by 15,000. What is 1 million divided by 15,000? All right, I know my tricks with my zeros. My zeros cancel each other out. How many times does 15 go into 1,000? Okay, 15 goes into 100. Let's see. 6 times 15 is 90. With 10 left over. 6. 10 left over. So about 66. It goes in there about 66 times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 15,080. And I'm going to start by multiplying it by 65. Let's see what we get. Okay? 5 times 0. 5 times 8. 5 times 0. Plus 4. 5 times 5. 25. 5 times 1. Plus 2. X's and O's. 6 times 0. 6 times 8 is 48. Carry my 4. 6 times 0 is 0. Plus 4 is 4. 6 times 5 is 30. Carry my 3. 6 times 1 is 6. Plus 3 is 9. All right, let's see what we have. 0, 0, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8. All right. We're at 980,200. Okay. 980,200. All right. Now we need to figure out, my suggestion, this is what I would do, is I would subtract that from 1 million. Minus 980,200. 19,800 left. All right. 19,800. That means I can do another group, right? Great. So that's going to be 66, right? 66 weeks? Or I'm sorry, 66 years? Great. So 66 years. Okay, let's see. Minus 15,080. 0, 2, 1. All right. I have $4,120. I need to figure out how to use $4,120. Okay. I know that it's definitely 66 years. How many times does 290 go into 4,120? So we're going to do 4,120 divided by 290. Do that math now. What is 4,120 divided by 290? All right, if you actually go through and do the math, let's see. All right, I'm going to say it goes in there. $41.20. Okay, that one's 290 goes in there one time. Subtract. 322. Carry it down. 290 goes in there. About, let's see, 4 times. 4 times 36. 1,220 minus 1,160. Let's see, 0, 6. With 60 left over. Okay, so about 14 times. Great. So far we have 66 years, 14 hours, or I'm sorry, 14 weeks. All right, 14 weeks. Now we're going to do 14 times 290. Let's do the math. Let's see it. What is 290 times 14? All right, here we go. 4 times 0, 0. 4 times 9 is 36. Carry my 3. 4 times 2 is 8. 9, 10, 11. X's and O's. 1 times 0, 1 times 9, and 1 times 2. Let's add them together. 0, 6, 10, 2, 4. So right now we have 40, 60. Okay. 14 weeks is the same as 4,060. Okay. 4,120. That's how many hours I had. I need to subtract 4,060. How many hours do I have left? What is 4,120 minus 460? Go. 0 minus 0. 12 minus 6. 1 minus nothing is 1. So I have 160 left. 160 left. It's crazy. It's craziness. So $160. All right. How many times or how many hours do I need to work in order to make $160? I got to divide. $160 divided by, and I'll put that on a new card for you. $160 divided by $7.25. What is 160 divided by 725? All right. I know when my divisor is a decimal, I need 2 spots to the left. Get rid of that divisor, or get rid of that decimal. 725 goes into 160 2 times. If I multiply it by 2, is 1,450. 0, 5, 1. All right, 1,500. Bring down my 0. 725 goes into 1,500 2 more times, with about 50 left over. So my answer is about 22 hours. So for this one, our total number of units would be 66 years, 14 weeks, and 22 hours. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. How many of you are overwhelmed? Great. It's okay. It's okay. This is one way to do it, and I did this way on purpose because this one is a little trickier. This is the final answer for if you make minimum wage. So if you make just $7.25 an hour, it will take you 66 years of working 40 hours a week to make $1 million. That's no taxes. That's not paying bills. That's everything going straight to savings. It's a lot. We're going to do the doctor one a different way. This, I think, is an easier way. I wanted to show you most of my students last year chose this method, or the year before, chose this method. I don't know why, but they did. So the one that we're going to use this year is a little bit different. We are going to do just starting with $1 million, and we're going to divide it by 89, because $1 million divided by $89 per hour is going to tell me how many total hours. What is 1 million divided by 89? All right, here we go. 89 does not go into 1. It does not go into 10, but it goes into 100 one time. And I'm going to use my little note card trick because that's going to help me. 89 times 1 is 89, and I'm going to subtract. 100 minus 89 is 11. Bring down my 0. 89 goes into 110 one time. And I'm going to subtract. 21 left over. Bring down my 0. 89 goes into 210. I'm going to say 2 times. 89 times 2, let's see, 9 times 2 is 18. 16, so 17. And I'm going to subtract. 10 minus 8 is 2. 10 minus 7 is 3, with 32 left over. Bring down my next 0. 89 goes into 320. I'm going to say, let's try 4. 89 times 4. 36, 32, 33, 34, 35. Nope, too much. 89 times 3. Let's see, 27, carry my 2. 24, 25, 26. Okay, let's do 3 times. 267, and I'm going to subtract. 10 minus 7 is 3. 11 minus 6 is 5. All right. Bring down my next 0. This is my last 0. All right. Let's try 6. 89 times 6. 6 times 9 is 54. Carry my 5. 6 times 8 is 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. Oh my goodness. It's barely bigger. Barely. So my answer is going to be 5, almost 6. Almost. Okay? Almost 6. So I want to make a million. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to round it up. I'm going to say it's 6. So I have to work 1,223 hours. 11,236. I cannot speak today. 11,236 hours. It's a lot. Great. Now let's divide that per year. Okay? 11,236 divided by, remember, 2,080 is per year. What is 11,236 divided by 2,080? All right, I'm going to put it in there about 5 times. Five times 0. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 0 plus 4, and 5 times 2. That's not bad. 6 minus 0 is 6. 3 minus 0 is 3. 2 minus 4 you can't do. 12 minus 4 you can. So we have 836 hours left. All right. Okay. So it can't be a full year. So right now we have 5 years is where we have it. 5 years. And the way I figured that is I took my amount divided by my total numbers per year. Great. This is what's left over. Now let's divide that per week. What is 836 divided by 40? How many weeks would it take to make 836 hours? All right, 40 goes into 8. 2 times. I'm sorry, it goes into 8 0 times. It goes into 83 2 times. With 3 left over. Bring down my 6. 40 goes into 36 0 times. So there's 36 hours left over. Great. So this is my total number of weeks. So 5 hours, 20 weeks. I'm sorry, 5 years, 20 weeks. And what is my remainder? 36 hours. So a doctor can make $1 million if they had no other expenses in 5 years, 20 weeks, and 36 hours. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy to think of the differences in our community and our economy that somebody making minimum wage has to work so much longer to make the same amount of money. But the difficulty in job also needs to be taken into consideration. I will tell you that a teacher salary is closer to minimum wage than it is to a doctor's wage by a lot. It's not even halfway. Okay. Awesome. So if you want to make $1 million in your lifetime, would you rather work 66 hours making minimum wage, doing a job that's minimum wage? Or would you rather work 66 years or 5 years being a doctor? I mean, it's a lot more work though. All right. I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. It was a lot of math, a lot of higher thinking, and I know that. I hope that you enjoyed it at least a little bit. Really think about this when you think about your career and where you want to be when you end up retiring. How much money do you think you need to have? Do you not have to work for 66 years or do you want to work for 5? Now, again, this is without expenses. Have a great day, guys.